Who you are, the color and hue you bring to the world is going to bring excitement to someone's life, like the color bright yellow does. Or the essence of who you are could bring calmness to someone's life, like a light blue does. Or maybe your peacock greenness of your personality will inspire someone else who encounters you to do magical things with their life. Who we are is meant to be seen, it is meant to be experienced. So go hard, lean into who you are, weird parts and all. Welcome to the Love Your Brain podcast, the podcast designed for everyday people who are ready to hop off the negative thought hamster wheel and enjoy a less hostile environment in their own brains. Our brains are where we live our entire lives, and I'm on a mission to help people see that they have everything they need to make it a happier place to be. So join us for this episode of the Love Your Brain podcast. Let's get started. Welcome to today's episode. Today we are talking about why weird is needed. Now, this topic came to mind for me because I was having a conversation with a friend and someone who listens to the podcast and had asked if I could consider doing an episode to help people who really leave conversations worried that they may have said something weird or acted in a strange way or maybe were annoying. The people that are those overthinkers that constantly second guess themselves. How can you overcome that? And while I do have lots of tips and ideas on how to overcome that, today what I really wanted to address was really the core issue there, as being this idea that there is a part of us that might be weird or strange that we need to hide and that we shouldn't let be seen. And I think I have a pretty unique perspective on this. And so I really would like to give you the chance to kind of hear out how my brain works. So maybe you can see weird in a slightly different way. Now, it's important to note that I have been in social work for 20 years. I have crossed paths with a great variety of people. Now, obviously, some of these people are just people who have encountered challenges in life and needed some support to maneuver those. But I also have interacted with a great variety of extremely unique individuals, some with true diagnoses and some with just very unique attributes, but just a huge variety of people. Those people that you see that have insane abilities to calculate numbers, but can't understand facial expressions and emotional interactions. Those people that you see walking down the street, talking to themselves. The people that refuse to step on cracks on the sidewalk for true, literal fear of very serious repercussions. Just all kinds of just completely different types of people that might be weird to our society or considered strange or what have you. I have seen and experienced a lot of individuals. And I love that. I love getting to have those experiences. But this tracks for me as a human being because this is the way that I've been from the time that I was little. I've always been drawn to types of people that the world would label as weird. Now, I remember being a teenager, and while my friends and other kids my age would be going out with their cars and having the ability to drive, they'd be going out partying and just having crazy fun. I instead was often driving around, pulling over to the side of the road to chat with the people with the suitcases sitting on a bench, having intense conversations with the air. And if you're thinking, wow, that sounds really dangerous, well, it probably was. But for some reason, that did not often stop me. These individuals had a special draw for me. I wanted to know more about them, to learn more about them, and learn more about them I did. I remember the incredible conversations we've had. I remember they showed me all of the pages of their thoughts in their journal. They shared with me their biggest fears and the things they felt that no one else believed. The conversations were truly magical. And I remember how naive I was. I offered to take them to Taco Bell for some dinner. You heard me right. I offered to take them to Taco Bell. And to Taco Bell we went, and we had great conversations over some soft tacos. Honestly, looking back now, I don't know how my mom did not have debilitating anxiety with a kid like me. But anyway, I remember though, unfortunately, when I went back to chat with them again one day after seeing them there for weeks, they were gone. And I can't remember exactly how everything unfolded. I think I may have ended up hearing about it on the news, but I was aware that the person that I had connected with that had shared so much with me was no longer with us, and my heart broke. Not just because of my personal attachment to that person, but more so because I knew the uniqueness of that person could not be replicated. That uniqueness was now gone, and how sad that was for the world. It was really devastating for my teenage self. But truthfully, this was not my first encounter with the magic of weird, and it would not be the last. Obviously, once I got into social work, I would have lots of interactions with people who really had a significant impact on my life. Some of those obviously had clear diagnoses. If you were to look up their symptoms, some of them were just basically considered outcasts because of how unique they were. Truth be told, I don't think that there are big differences between any of those categories, but more on that on a later episode. Overall, I think these experiences with very unique individuals made me realize that when it comes down to it, I personally feel like the weirder the better. And I hope by the end of this episode, you will maybe see why the unique parts of each person should be embraced. But I'm going to start off with an analogy to help you understand why I believe each person should embrace any and all parts of their weird selves. Now, stick with me a moment. We're going on a journey. I feel a little bit like that science teacher from like the Magic School Bus taking you on adventure into the inner workings of my brain. So hop on in. We're going for a ride. When I observe people, I see each person as being a unique color. In my mind and my brain, each person has their own unique combinations of colors that mix together makes them a very special shade, all their own, that is unlike anyone else's, completely unique. And I think we can all agree there are so many colors in this world, and that's what really makes things beautiful. That is so much of what brings joy and depth to life, is just the vast amount of colors around us. Now, each of the color combinations that make up each person represent their unique attributes, comprising who they are. And it isn't until all those colors are mixed together that you get a very unique color or a hue. And you wouldn't get that exact color or hue without having the exact specific amount of each color in that specific combination. Think about it. Everyone probably has like a basic primary color of like comprising who they are, like, you know, they're a woman, or they're a Korean, like they've got these like basic attributes. But then you throw in a sprinkle of this and a sprinkle of that and a sprinkle of this and a sprinkle of that. And when you mix it all together, it creates a very, very specific shade all their own. Think about all the colors that are mixed together that make amazing, beautiful, unique colors like Fandango, which is like a rich purplish red color, compared to like a heliotrope, which is like an extremely vibrant pink purpley color. Now, both of these, if you just took the words of how people describe them, you might think they look similar, but they don't. And they have completely different makeups of these little sprinkles of this color and sprinkle of that color. That's why every color is so uniquely different. And each of us is drawn to a different color because of all those tiny little tweaks to the shade. Or if you think about the color limerick, which is like chartreuse, but just a slightly different shade. There are so many colors and so many that are just slightly different because they have just a little bit more of one thing than any other color does that makes it stand out on its own. And often it's that little thing that nothing else has, that little thing that makes it different, that draws you to really love that color more than any other color. Each color makes us, the viewer, feel completely different in life as we experience it. We have colors that can calm us, colors that can excite us, colors that can inspire us. And depending on the context of what that color is used for, the room that it's in, the amount of sun that's hitting it, it can look totally different and give a totally different feel to a space or to an object when it's placed somewhere different. Colors really are that magical sauce of life, just like each person's unique personality and characteristics. But what if one day the color hot pink decided it didn't like to stand out? It just wanted to be accepted by everybody and it decided it really just wanted to be red, the basic color of red. Hot pink decided, you know what, everyone seems to like red. It seems very normal. Just take out of that color composition of mine, take out that pinch of blue and take out that bit of violet and that splash of white that make me hot pink. I just want to be red. Take out the weirdness, make me normal, something that just about everyone will love. Now that seems well and good, but what would that mean for the world? Well, what that would mean is we could not experience hot pink. Hot pink, you guys. The world would miss out on hot pink. Now, I don't know about you, but that would be a travesty to me. There is so much we could not enjoy in this world without hot pink. I mean, what would the 80s have looked like without hot pink? Or Barbie? We would have missed out on so much. So maybe you're following along on this analogy, but maybe you fell off my magic school bus here. But hot pink is you, it's each of us. We are all quirky and weird because of all the unique attributes we have. Those things about yourself you double think, you try to hide, those things about you that make you overthink every time you leave a conversation and wonder if maybe you were being too weird or strange, those attributes are you. Why are you ashamed of them? Why are you hiding them? Now, if you're someone who is that person that's always overthinking your interactions and you worry that maybe you're letting your weirdness seep out too much, let's ride that train and really break it down. And let's do it in this analogy. Now, in this analogy, we are going to make you juniper green, the beautiful color of juniper green. And you have just left an interaction with someone and you are worried what people might be thinking about you. So let's go through this possible scenario. What if they're thinking, well, that juniper green, I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of that color just yet. I've seen it a bit, but I might need more time and experience to decide if I'm a big juniper green fan. Now, is that okay? Is it okay that someone had an interaction with you and isn't sure if they like the flavor of your personality? Well, of course it is. It doesn't mean they loathe you. It doesn't mean they never want to see your face again. They might just not be your biggest fan of your juniper greenness, or maybe they don't even know what they think about you yet. That's okay too. Maybe they just need to see you in different places, maybe with different lighting. The truth is, they may eventually figure out they don't like juniper green. Oh well. There are plenty that will fall in love with your juniper greenness. And you know what else? If you didn't show up as fully juniper green, if you didn't show up as your authentic self, the people that do love juniper green would never have the chance to experience your beauty. How horrible would that be? Some people are inspired, they are lit up, they love juniper green. Why would you want to be anything else? They want juniper green on every inch of their home. Why would you prevent them from experiencing all those sprinkles of weird color combinations that mix together make juniper green, that make you you? And not everyone else's color will be complementary to yours, just like in the color wheel. There are some colors that look great together, that really look wonderful in all kinds of settings. And there are some colors, when you put them together, they do not jive. It's like oil and vinegar. They do not mix well, okay? You are not meant to be palatable to everyone. Don't try to hide parts of your color composition to fit in places you were not meant for. You have your complementary colors out there, everyone does, and you will find them. If I had never met that unique color of a person when I was a teen sitting on that bench going through their journal with them, my life would look entirely different today. They weren't the kind of person or color that everyone would be interested in. Not everyone would have been drawn to them, but I was. And it was a defining part of my own life's journey because they were just showing up authentically as themselves. I'm honestly not sure if I would have even become a social worker had I not met them. And what would that have meant for the world and for the impact that I've had thus far? Give people the opportunity to experience the full breadth of your color. And then they can decide if they want more of that in their life or not. The people in my life that have inspired me the most are the ones that appear like they are completely off the rails. The ones that don't hold back, that they let their whole personality show. And you know why? Because it helps me to see the broad range of colors, the broad range of people in the world. And it helps me to feel more comfortable taking up the space of my own color, embracing my slightly wonky parts, leaning into what makes me the unique color that I am. People that show up authentically inspire others to show up in the same way. So please, for the love of the world, don't tone down your color because you think someone might think it's weird or someone might not like it. Please don't think that you should be any other color than you are. You are here on this planet to bring forth your own unique color, and if you don't, the world won't ever see it. They won't ever experience it. How sad would that be? Someone's whole life path could look different because of their interactions with you showing up authentically as you. So if you ever walk away from an interaction and think they probably think I'm weird, or maybe they think I'm strange, or too much, or too anything, well, then you know what? Mission accomplished. You leaned into your color you were created to be. Let them decide how they feel about that. That's on them. And if you are avoiding sharing a part of yourself because you think it might be perceived as weird, why are you holding back the full beauty of your color from the world? Remember when we had that second where we could have missed out on hot pink? Do you remember? And how horrible that might have been? Please do not take your unique color from the world. Don't try to take all those little bits of strangeness out just to become a basic primary color that you aren't. Who you are, the color and hue you bring to the world is going to bring excitement to someone's life, like the color bright yellow does. Or the essence of who you are could bring calmness to someone's life, like a light blue does. Or maybe your peacock greenness of your personality will inspire someone else who encounters you to do magical things with their life. Who we are is meant to be seen, it is meant to be experienced. So go hard, lean into who you are, weird parts and all. If you made it to the end of this episode on my crazy magic school bus journey, I just want to take a moment to thank you. I want for you more than anything is that you have the space here on this podcast to get tools and time to lean into you every day, to be more you every day. We need your color. We need your hue in this world. So go forth and make this world a more beautiful place today just by being you. And thank you for allowing me to take up space here to share each week, taking time to listen to my own weirdness. Let's keep inspiring each other to show up more authentically as ourselves every day. I hope you found something helpful here today on the Love Your Brain podcast. Maybe a laugh or a feeling of validation, or maybe just a few moments to have company while you do your laundry. Whatever you take from it, I hope you enjoyed your time and leave feeling empowered to be more you every day. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the next episode, and leave a review. I'd love to hear what you think. Have a great one.